really there should never be a reason to patch it unless there's some shingle blow-offs, which again typically means, you know, the install was done improperly or the weather was not acclimate to, you know, to do that, to perform the install. If we're patching shingles on there, it's probably not for the right reason. If the shingles are within a year, maybe even 2 years old, you can patch them and you're not going to notice it. But once they get to 2 years out, there's just a little bit of sun fading. All shingles have a lot number where they come from the manufacturer. So even if you get the exact shingle, you know, the exact brand, exact color, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb if you just go up on a roof and patch it. So that would be an issue, you know, for, as you know, when it's too many patches. As far as the quality and, you know, the waterproofing of your home, that wouldn't affect it, but it's just not going to look very pleasing. On a commercial roof, you're not going to see a patch. No one really goes up and walks the roofs, and, you know, they look really nice when we're done. But depending on the location of the hole and why you're patching it, the manufacturer is going to require a whole entire new piece of membrane after you get to, you know, so many patches in a 10 by 10 area. It's not because they won't hold up. It's just more opportunity, more chances to leak, something to happen. You know, you're relying on the quality of whether it's a heat welded system or, you know, if it's EPDM, you know, making sure it's all stuck down very well. If there was 30 holes in a 20 by 20 area, we would just completely put a whole new entire piece of membrane on there, and that way it's just all one, you know, single piece uniform membrane. Sometimes on residential, depending on how many shingles are missing, if you have a, you know, water damage and some rotted decking, or a valley would be a really big one. If the valley needs to be replaced, depending on how big the house is, you might have a lot more time and labor trying to carefully remove the shingles to not damage the ones above it and around it to patch it back in, than just to rip off that whole section and just do it right the first time. That's really going to come down to how many shingles are missing. Is there rotted decking below it? You know, what kind of a repair is necessary here? Again, if it's a ranch house where there's a large valley and we have to redo the whole valley, and then we're tying into the existing shingles, trying to have everything line up, everything sealed correctly, taking it apart nicely and putting it all back, making sure it's 100% waterproof, getting our underlayment tucked underneath the old shingles, everything lapped correctly. With the amount of effort and the time that's going to take, not to mention aesthetically, it's not going to look near as nice as something new. It very well may be just as cost effective just to completely do that whole entire angle change and just tear it all the way down to the deck and put it back brand new.